And after we finish defeating Iran, which is being very badly defeated, pretty soon I'll be declaring the Hormuz Strait a territory of the United States.
Is Trump now backing away from the idea of declaring the Strait of Hormuz U.S. territory after making bold claims about American control over the strategic waterway? Was Trump actually serious about making the Strait of Hormuz part of U.S. territory, or was his provocative remark simply a joke that has now created an unexpected political storm? The White House now appears to be walking back Trump's dramatic Hormuz comments, raising questions about what changed after the confrontation with Iran. If Trump really wanted the United States to control the Strait of Hormuz, what changed his position? And why is Washington now appearing to distance itself from the idea? Iran has pushed back against Trump's Hormuz claims with a blunt reality check, warning that control of the strategic waterway cannot simply be claimed by another country. Iran argues that the Strait of Hormuz cannot be seized by tweet, aircraft carrier, issuing order, or speech, directly challenging any suggestion that American power alone could determine its future. And as Trump talks about American control of Hormuz, satellite images are revealing a very different crisis unfolding across the Gulf, with a massive oil slick spreading through Iranian waters. An oil slick stretching roughly 160 kilometers has reportedly reached Iran's Qeshm island following an attack in the Strait of Hormuz, adding a potentially devastating environmental dimension to the conflict. As the battle over control of Hormuz intensifies, could Trump's confrontation over the strategic strait ultimately leave behind a black trail of oil and destruction in Iranian waters? Donald Trump said he would seek to declare the Strait of Hormuz a territory of the United States, making the extraordinary claim as tensions continue to escalate around the strategically vital waterway. The remark came as Trump claimed that American forces had total control over the Strait of Hormuz, a critical maritime passage through which a significant share of the world's energy supplies normally travels.
And after we finish defeating Iran, which is being very badly defeated, pretty soon I'll be declaring the Hormuz Strait a territory of the United States. Essentially, that's what it is. We have the blockade. No ships get through unless we want them to. But, and how about Venezuela? Venezuela was a one-day war. And now we work great with them. We've taken in millions and millions of barrels of oil. But we're doing really good. We're doing good in every way. You know, I built the military, and now I used it a little bit more than I wanted to, frankly, but that's okay, because we cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon. Do we agree? Can't let it.
But a senior White House official later said the U.S. president was joking when he spoke about potentially claiming the Strait of Hormuz, suggesting the remark was not intended as a serious policy announcement. The unnamed official reportedly said Trump had not discussed any plan to claim the Strait of Hormuz as U.S. territory with his advisors. Trump was reportedly heard chuckling after making the remark during a speech in New York, adding to the impression that his comments were delivered in a joking or provocative manner. On the other hand, Iran has strongly pushed back against Trump's suggestion of declaring the Strait of Hormuz as American territory. Iran's Deputy Foreign Minister Kazem Gharibabadi responded by saying, the U.S. must accept reality of the war, as Tehran continued to reject Trump's claims and defend its position. In a post on X, Gharibabadi said, and I quote, Trump has said that after Iran's defeat, he will soon declare the Strait of Hormuz as U.S. territory. The Strait of Hormuz cannot be seized by tweet, nor by aircraft carrier, nor by issuing an order, nor by an election speech. Iran neither fears threats nor cowers before displays of power. Once and for all, accept the reality. Up to this point, you have suffered strategic and heavy defeats. The Strait of Hormuz has been Iranian, is Iranian, and will remain Iranian. This strait will only be closed and opened under Iran's command. And as long as you do not accept the reality of defeat and cease your fanciful delusions, Iran will continue to enforce the blockade. Unquote. The Strait of Hormuz remains a critical flashpoint in the ongoing U.S.-Iran war, with the strategically vital waterway continuing to sit at the center of military tensions. As Trump talks about U.S. control over the strait, satellite images are showing a major oil slick spreading off Iran's Qeshm island, adding a serious environmental dimension to the escalating conflict. Satellite images have captured a major oil slick spreading off Iran's Qeshm island, raising serious concerns about a potentially significant environmental incident in the waters around the strategically important island. The images were captured by Europe's Copernicus Sentinel-2 satellites on August 10, showing a large area of apparent oil pollution extending into the waters surrounding Qeshm island. A second oil slick was detected near Iran's Siri island on August 13, suggesting that the environmental impact may not be limited to a single location within the Gulf. Siri Island, located roughly 100 kilometers southwest of Qeshm, is home to Iranian offshore oil and gas facilities, making the location particularly significant amid the region's ongoing maritime tensions. Environmental researchers said the Qeshm slick stretched for around 160 kilometers, with satellite imagery showing a substantial trail of pollution across the surrounding waters. According to the analysis, the darker sections of the slick appear consistent with heavy fuel oil, although the exact substance involved has not been independently confirmed. A lighter and more diluted oil trail could also be seen spreading much farther across the waters, indicating that the pollution may have dispersed well beyond the most concentrated sections of the slick. Video verified by Reuters showed dark, bubbling liquid washing onto beaches at Susa on Qeshm Island, providing visible evidence of pollution reaching the coastline. The pollution is raising new fears for Qeshm's fragile coastline, as well as its fisheries, mangrove habitats and marine wildlife, which could face lasting damage if the contamination continues to spread. Maritime tanker trackers said the Qeshm slick likely stemmed from the Minoan Pioneer, a Liberia-flagged dry bulk carrier that was damaged earlier this month. The Liberia-flagged dry bulk ship was hit by an unknown projectile off Oman on August 3, while sailing through the Strait of Hormuz, and one seafarer was reported missing after the incident. Maritime security sources said the attack was suspected to have been carried out by Iran, although the circumstances surrounding the incident and the source of the subsequent pollution remain disputed. Meanwhile, Iran's foreign ministry has said preliminary evidence points to a foreign bulk carrier as the source of the pollution that reached Qeshm Island, offering a different account of where the spill originated. The full cause of the Qeshm spill, as well as the origin of the separate slick detected near Siri Island, remains unconfirmed. The oil spill comes as tit-for-tat attacks on shipping continue to raise tensions across the region, opening a dangerous environmental front in the Gulf alongside the wider security crisis.
Upgrade your news experience with the all-new HT app. Download now